Ladies and Germans, how are you all doing? I am Colleville.
And I'm Rangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, with Season 2 kind of wrapping up overall with the league, the Steel Division action continues. We're actually going to take a look over at HerrRobert's super awesome tournament here. And in fact, we're going to see some great players matching up at some great games. On today's Colleville, Rang, who is duking it out?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have ourselves Corbeau as the 101st Airborne Division. And on the right-hand side, we have ourselves the Gonzo as the Rintown Division.
All right, so who takes the cake here? Will the eagle carry off the puppy, or is the puppy gonna run his race?
That's a good question. I mean, Rintown is kind of iffy, but they could probably do pretty well against 101st, because 101st isn't exactly tank heavy, so same time Rinda doesn't have much infantry. I don't know, I honestly have no idea who can really come on top of this. I think it's a rather even matchup. And I do want to note, it's just Corbeau who's playing here. So of course he's using a light tank rush with 4 M22 Locusts.
And that's what I was going to make the comment about as well, is that we don't often see too many M22s. In fact, for that matter, we don't tend to see a lot of Screaming Eagles out there. They are endangered and all that. So how are they going to match up against the early light vehicles of the Rintown Division?
Well, the Panzer III pretty much kicks its ass. It has the veterancy, has the armor, has the AP advantage. The M22 Locust can still kill the Panzer III, just has to get a bit closer. But it's going to be interesting to see what Corbeau does with this light tank push. It's no third Fallschläger Italian meme rush, but I guess we see. He's just got like a few AB rifles and probably got AB rifles, and that's really it's a very basic deployment there for Corbeau. While Gonzo seems like it's going to be going very heavy down south.
Indeed. Actually, if you don't mind, I'm going to make a quick comment. Folks, if you start to hear rumbles in the background, I mean, the party's rocking here. Don't come knocking, but it's actually thundering and lightning outside. So just, it's a dark and stormy night when this is going on. Let's just make sure. I just want to, on the off chance you think I'm killing somebody in the background. My alibi is I'm here recording with you.
Yeah, so, it's very, very frightening.
It is. Galileo's got something to do with it. I think what I was trying to talk about before, though, is that the Locusts against the 232 or the pack track to the north, of course, against infantry handheld kind of AT, those Locusts aren't going to go do very particularly well. But how about with, the Puma, the wannabe Pumas or the pack tracks? How does that stack up?
I don't know. Really, this comes down to who can shoot who first. I mean, the M22 Locust, it's an alright little light vehicle. It's just not the best because it has so low armor that really anything can stand it up rather easily, even like high explosive mortars and infantry support guns. But yeah, rifles are pushing through, and yeah, it's got them in 2 groups essentially. And up north, a single pack track alone is not going to be enough to deal with those M22s.
No, it is not. And I can tell you what else. We have our first death actually on the field, that half track going down the center part of the pitch. And we're actually having both a 232 as well as an anti-tank gun. Of course, the anti-tank gun may run afoul of those AB rifles.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think he's... Oh, yeah, No, I think he's just going to dodge it, actually, just by nicking south of the town.
Ooh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So that original math was going to take him to the north, but nope, he's going to come down to the middle. And the interesting thing about this is I feel like both units are playing exactly how we'd expect them to play. Rintown is trying to push the flanks, and the Screaming Eagles are trying to take that central position.
Yes, they are, and Gonzo, he can make some pretty good headway down south, as Corbeau has left his southern flank very exposed, and the AB rifles has pinned down half-tracks and get surrender, and then we're going to be getting some reinforcements down south to try to stop his light vehicle push. That's going to be really good for Gonzo. Corbeau is repositioning some of his Locusts.
Yes, but like you said, he's going to be going down to try to match up with the Panzer III. He might get this first half-track pretty darn easily here, especially since he didn't really have him moving with that kind of A move. Regardless, P3 now sees the lead Locust, and will he take... Yep, internal fragments, so that guy's completely useless already.
Yeah.
Question is how long he just continues to soak for the guy in the back. Oh, but a Mustang comes in as well, so that's a nice play.
Yeah, it's gonna drop some bombs.
Oh my god, that was a...
wow.
57...
Yes.
No, it wasn't even 57 mil. That was the Locust, I guess. Was it the Locust, or was it the Mustang?
I think the 57mm gun was in range.
You know, the 57 has fired one shot, though, and took out the half-track.
Oh.
He's fired two now. He's fired 2 rounds and hit 2 half-tracks.
Oh, I must have been Locust. What the hell?
Man, that gun is insane. 3 shots, 3 kills, and the entire southern flank is now wide open.
Wow. That was... That went from, like, 10 to 0 in, like, 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah, I was totally going to say that 57mm is definitely 0 to hero, and... Interestingly, there's not a whole lot of units on the map for either player. If you look to the north, Locusts were getting completely crushed by that 250-10. In fact, yeah, the Panzer truck has absolutely no rounds fired. Pack 38's only got 2. I don't know. It feels like there's going to be like a punch-drunk fight where they're just like boxers just laying into each other, you know?
Yeah, both sides have been managed to get some rather efficient trades, and Corbeau hasn't been able to, you know, really make a ton of headway with his usual light vehicle play. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy back and forth. We've got another Panzer 3 coming in down south, as well as a mobile wagon, which will mobile in over to Richtwagen to shoot down planes. I was trying to make a joke here, but I have no bloody idea.
Oh, well, you know what? Sometimes you just have to mobile it wrong, and that was actually no better. So let's just continue on with the game, shall we?
Let's just continue.
It is interesting to me that we've seen very little infantry overall. You were right to point out that the Vintown doesn't have a ton of it, but even more bizarre to me is that the Airborne have not been really trying to push that advantage.
No, he's just got a few AB rifles out. I'm guessing Gonzo, he might have a bit more of a heavy B-phase infantry lineup with 101st. I'm not entirely
Gonzo or Corbeau?
Sure. Corbeau.
Okay, I just wanted to just double check, alright.
Yeah, but I know, it really all depends. For Gonzo, of course, you've only got 4 Panzer Grenadiers on A-phase, but do have 2 self-veterancy. At the same time, AB rifles do hold up pretty well against Panzer Grens. Panzer 3 coming around the corner.
And 1 shot, 1 kill, there we go.
Bang.
And the 57mm is pinned down as well, so it looks like the P3 will have a lease on life, at least for a short bit of time.
You could definitely use a mortar down south to try to help, you know, just block off those positions.
And weapons jammed? Oh my gosh. The vehicles in this have just been completely devastated. Criticals galore. Drivers knocked out in the P3.
But he should get the finishing blow.
No, he's aiming for the Locust to the north.
Yeah.
Which I completely agree with, too.
And here comes the 6-pounder coming back online.
And backing away.
Yeah, good call.
Now, I am kind of stunned to discover that Corbeau was ticking up. I kind of really would have expected Gonzo to have the territory advantage, but man, that higher side must be absolutely insane. And here's another gun run. He's going after the Pack 38? No, he's going after...
No, Pack 38.
Pack 38, yep, and it goes down.
Damn, good kill. Those Mustangs are really paying themselves off.
Yeah, and there's that mortar that you were talking about. Mortar half-track coming on and is going to be able to shift down to the south, get some good cover fire out. If nothing else, there's a lot of infantry that's just begging to be shot.
Yeah, it's just such a huge clump of infantry that Corbeau has. The Panzer 3 is trying to hold him down, but 57mm is doing some serious work, and here comes another Locust.
Jeez.
Finish it off, and kaboom.
He's got 4 kills. He's got 4 kills.
It's a good AT gun.
Yeah.
Very good AT gun.
I'm just stunned because I've never seen an AT gun do that much damage. I'm stunned up.
Yeah.
I've never seen an AT gun do that much damage for the 101st. They come in, they die. They come, they die, they leave. That's how it works.
Yeah. I mean, not having a mortar definitely is hurting Gonzo quite a bit, and he's going to be resolving that issue by bringing out a mortar half-track.
Yes, unfortunately for him, though, that gives time to get Corbeau to bring in 2 more 57mm and officers to make them nice and vetted, as well as some covering infantry.
Oh, yeah.
And that AT gun might go down here, but he's taking one last guy with him.
Yeah, 101st. Like, Corbeau has a very good defensive division. I say he has a lot of his AB rifles, a lot of his AT guns. He can hold pretty damn well overall, I'd say. Especially, I'd say especially against Rintown, but Rintown is just, with Rintown you have to have very good trades, as you really can't afford to be losing many units. Like losing those 2 Panzer 3s I'd say is a rather big deal already for Gonzo, as you really try to keep every single piece of armor you have alive.
We just note that the 37 mil jumped in, fired one round, and took out the Mobilwagen. Didn't kill it, but internal fragments, which might as well be the same thing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's going to keep it offline for now. It is still being shot at by this 37 mil.
Oh yeah, of course. But we do have two of those AT guns to the south are gone. Now, I don't think we're in the Argonne Forest, but... And there was another stillborn joke. But we are seeing this mortar half-track is, like you said, paying himself off rather handsomely. At least staving off any big push by the Americans in the south. And here comes the Mustang. He's going after the mortar half-track. And he might even just kill it with this. Oh no, thankfully he doesn't. And that mortar half-track lives to write home another day.
Yeah. I think, for Gonzo, he's definitely need more, like, high explosive fire support. The Panzer III is pretty mediocre in that regard, but he definitely needs more of his mortars, autocannons, all that stuff, because, you know, AB 101st is all rather light armor, and of course AA. He's gonna want to stop at AA, or he's gonna need AA to stop the planes. That will eventually be coming in huge rage.
Yes, they will. Now, this 234 coming into the north, actually the center part of the field, he might be able to take out this Locust.
Should be able to.
There we go.
There we go.
Autocannon wins the day. Now, I'm trying to... Ooh, AB rifle gets him nice and close. Zook? No Zook. Just get out, just barely in time. Well done. That was a nice heads-up play there. Heads up play, well done. But like you said, now it's a Thunderbolt, okay. So it doesn't seem to matter. I don't think he's going to be able to get enough AA up and running. He's got another mobile wagon coming on into the center part of the field. But he's still going to be subjected to constant bombing runs.
Yeah. I really want to note, with the P-47 Thunderbolt, he actually turned off, like, one of the bombs and only dropped 2 bombs instead of 3.
Okay.
Which is, I don't know, it's a rather interesting play instead of just dropping all 3.
Well, that doesn't re-shorten the reload time, does it?
I think it does. It does, actually. I'm fairly certain it does.
Oh,
I think he's maybe planning to, like, bomb one area and bomb another, but he couldn't find a good target, so he just fell back.
Fair enough. We did see that the other 234 is taking out 2 Locusts now, so now the Germans have a beautiful 5% advantage here. Which is shocking. It's actually stunning to me to see a vehicle control that much territory. Of course, especially the Recon Optics, that is a match made in heaven for the Vintown division.
Yep, all he needs is these light vehicles, these fire support to really just take advantage, and artillery to blow up his goddamn AT guns, which are coming in, as Corbeau is getting a lot of them.
Yes, but that was going to be my question. So the meme machine, how does he fight back against this?
Oof.
Other than getting the god-like 57mm, apparently.
I think pushing up north would be Corbeau's real best bet. It's more close range, it works well for his infantry. Your Locust is pretty good in that area. But a more open field fight, Gonzo really has an advantage. As of course later game he can get Panthers, and he's got like mobile artillery, where pretty much all the 101st artillery is static. And also airplanes is really Corbeau's big advantage, and Corbeau's been doing a really good job just bombing the crap out of everything.
Indeed. But now with 2 mobile wagons on the field, he does get the bombs off, but it's going to get less and less hospitable.
Yeah.
And indeed, he goes away trailing some smoke. Not a ton, but a little bit.
Yeah. Have you noticed? I don't think Corbeau's got a single recon unit. Like,
no, he hasn't.
Match at all. That is. He's only been buying AB rifles this entire time. Not even AB engineers. Just AB. Has this been AB rifles?
Well, he's got gliders too.
And M22s. Oh, it's some glider rifles now.
Yep, glider rifles are coming in. Like there's first squad to the north, and I imagine he's just using this to clog up the northern flank.
Yep. I bet you Corbeau's infantry loadout is just all the AB rifles he can take, and then all the glider rifles he can take. Just keep it simple, with like 2 or 3 different infantry units.
I wish I could be surprised as well. Now, the 234 does get forced into a very, very quick surrender just because of poor pathing. So well done there. That's a very heads-up play by Corbeau. See, down to the south. we have some more German infantry coming in. Are we seeing the Opel Blitz maybe moving up to start reloading all of his infantry? Probably not, but he does get at least some more rounds into that mortar half-track. He desperately need those. And Windhound is bringing on in their first plane.
Yeah, he did the same thing with bombing run. He just turned off one of the bombs, so I think that's this for reload time thing.
I'm a little confused why the ME-109 didn't press the advantage there.
I think he wasn't fast enough to catch up to the Thunderbolt.
There's the thought. Yeah, good point. Spot troops are Winchester pretty much. Panzer Grenadiers are Winchester and MG42. All right. Outside of that, things are stabilized quite nicely, I would say, for both players. We're back to 50-50 split. And there's a mere, about 300 tickets separating? I mean, that's nothing. That's peanuts, man. That's 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's really great. It's still rather close. This is still anyone's game. And even though we're going to get, like, C-Phase eventually, neither side are great C-Phase division, so it's still a rather even matchup. So, yeah, it really is quite interesting.
Well, of course, with the 101st, those Eagles do get more guys coming into the nest, right? As a couple of DD tanks come off the beaches, right?
Yeah, they got some DD tanks, a few Wolverines, not Corbeau. He probably has 2-star Wolverines, which are rather deadly threat. And I'm guessing once all his AB rifles start dying, because he must be running low of him by now, this is going to be glider rifle spam.
Okay, and but though at the same time, what about for the Greyhounds?
Oof, it's just going to be pretty average, you know, some more Panzer Grand, maybe some Pioneers, a few Panzer IVs, the old Panther. This is just your regular Ringtown to play, really. Maybe Gonzo focus a bit more on getting more light vehicles and autocannon stuff, as that seems to be working pretty well for him. But yeah, I'll be actually quite surprised, maybe surprised if we see a Panther. I know it all depends, because the Panther isn't great infantry fire support, but if, you know, Wolverines and a lot of Shermans are brought out, it's definitely a good unit to have.
Sound about right. More P-Grants moving in now. Interestingly, we haven't seen really any Pioneers either from Gonzo's troops.
Yeah, it's rather interesting. Both sides have been sticking to like a one infantryman show.
Oh man!
Just keep it nice and simple. I dig it, man. I love it when I can make a deck and I just like have like the least variety of units in that deck.
Well, it moves a lot of... Oh, never mind. Pioneer's now onto the field.
Okay.
Well, it does remove an awful lot of hassle in terms of trying to figure out what I really want to do with each kind of troop. Well, you know how much your infantry is. You know what they're going to do well. And you know where they're going to get shot up. So, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. You be jamming. But 50-50 splits, and Pioneer's going to move in and take out this first squad of rifles. And I would think at that point, Germans could threaten a +1.
I think he's managed to put quite a bit of pressure. I mean, up north, his Panzer Grenadiers are doing some pretty good work one against his AB rifles, as you're saying. And yeah, he's got a decent amount of AA now. He's managing to stun up his Thunderbolts, even stop and run, dropping its bombs. So,
well,
oh damn!
Yeah, he still picks up a brace of kills to the south.
That was pretty good. That was really good bombing run, yeah.
So definitely the answer is more AA then. Make a blanket of flak so thick you could walk on it.
Re.
Sounds about right. Now, this has absolutely nothing to do with anything. It's just that first think of the Gebalteledungs. There was some random movie I discovered, I think.
Okay.
Finns fighting the Russians back in the toilet paper war, the fake war. I forget what the paper war. I forget what they called it back in 34.
39.
Yes.
Yeah, the Winter War.
The Winter War. I thought it was a much more derogatory term than that. It's really interesting to see it actually get used live. I mean, put that kind of in quotes there. I can only imagine the kind of devastation these things caused overall. And indeed, we see it's going to be happening against these airborne rifles in the center part of the map. Pinned down,
Kaboom.
8 guys go down, and the last guy very wisely surrenders before the Death Star gets a chance to fire again.
Yeah.
CGMC being brought on in. Where's that going? It's going to center part of the pitch, and can't argue with that kind of result.
No, it definitely a pretty good idea. I think he's just getting that one out just to protect his planes from being chased down by fighters.
God almighty! I have never seen even these bombs be that efficient.
Yeah, P-47 Thunderbolts drop some big kaboomies.
Yeah, but and I would say size definitely does matter, but I did not expect it to be quite that devastating.
I know, I'm actually quite surprised. And he's just doing dropping 2 bombs and leaving one hanging still. So I think that's really affecting his reload time. He's doing all 3 on his mortar half track down south and
Takes that out too.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, 109s in the meantime, they get absolutely nothing done with the CGMC out as well. It's going to chase away all that Axis air power.
Yeah, I mean, usually for 101st, I'm not really killing that many ground units, just forcing surrenders, but
Yeah.
well, I guess Gonzo's using a lot of light vehicles, he's managing to nab quite a few light kills. It's looking pretty good up north for Gonzo, as his half-track and Panzer Grenadiers are making steady progress, and there's really not much here to stop him.
No, there isn't. Like you said, though, neither real squad is really looking for a whole lot from that C phase. Watch, here comes another set of bombs, and watch him die.
Mm-hmm. But he's still on the move, he's a nifty little half-track.
I was say, dodge and weave, boys, dodge and weave! But more, actual legit Mustangs being brought on in as well to go after the ME-109, and both are going after him. That's an interesting call. And Furball has commenced an ME-109 with a G. Oh, jeez, the GO's a garbage. Yeah, he should get. I think we get both. There's one.
Maybe.
Never mind.
Nope. Mustang's a wee bit too fast for him. But knocking out every plane is going to be vitally important for Gonzo to try to curve Corbeau's aerial advantage. Yeah, +2 now for Gonzo. This is going really well for him.
Indeed, though, we are going to have a Stuart coming into the north, so that might get reversed awfully fast.
Yeah, it's not really any AT up north, though. That's the thing.
Handheld, basically.
Yeah, it's just down to the Panzer Grenadier getting that Panzer Faust off.
Well, and the humorous thing as well is that we had a Panzer Shrek squad. Panzer Shrek has been there since the absolute beginning of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Fired no rounds, has used no Shreks. Not a lot of anti-tank terror, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's his time to shine now, I guess.
I got your shine box right here.
Yeah, it's time to Shrek.
Mike Myers not included. Another CGMC being brought on in. What happened to the last one? I'm assuming it went down, but I don't know why.
I haven't.
Oh, never mind. There it is.
No, it's behind the supply truck.
Yep. Now the 37mm pop guns, those continue to go down, but they've pulled their weight, which is not saying much, but they've still pulled their weight. Still pretty impressive what they have managed to do.
Yep, just keeping Ringtown at bay down south, Yeah, up north, this is a real big collapse for Corbeau, and he's just losing lots of points. And it's going to be rather tough for him to take his pack up north, as it's just a lot of forest and tree lines you have to fight through, and that takes time. And, I mean, Corbeau still has time, but not that much time to try and push back. And look, Gonzo managed to shoot down an aeroplane.
Well, I was going to try to make a couple different jokes there, but I will say, you know what? He does have time, but I'm not going to say it's on his side, nor will I say it's the final countdown.
And we are fighting in Europe.
True. Exactly true.
Yeah.
Pioneers to the north. Ooh, okay, so the Stuart, he's going to be coming down this road, right into the teeth of the Shrek squad.
Oh,
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Oh my gosh, she's going to be like 30 meters away. Yep. One shot, one kill. Wow.
Damn, that was good, because that Stuart was really the main thing. The road's main threat there is also a SM-15 coming in up north, and that's arguably a bit more of a threat due to its high explosive capabilities.
True, but even at that point, I can just take a mortar and start shelling that, which is exactly what's going to start happening here.
Mm-hmm.
And not for nothing, but it is C phase, so there is that first Tiga. No, not Tiga, wow. Panther, yeah, wow. It's been a little bit of time since we've been able to cast one of these. I've not been keeping up with my silhouettes. My first thought was, tigers and lions and bears, oh my. Another Stuart in the center, but as there is also an M10 coming in as well.
Ooh,
interesting.
Yeah, so 2-star M10 versus Panther. We're going to be a rather interesting matchup. Panther has slight advantage just due to armor and AP. But it all depends. I mean, the Panther's probably just going to get, like, stunned by some bombs. 101st, it's going to happen.
I would not be surprised by that, no. Ooh, Shrek Squad's going to get a second kill here.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh,
Yep,
damn,
he might die. But you know what?
That Shrek squad, he's just been waiting for his opportunity, and he's managed to make it count.
Yes, he has.
Damn.
I'm kind of surprised that the spot troops have been getting stuck in as much as they have as well. Usually spot troops, you see recon guys kind of go forward, skulk it out, and then never move again.
Mm-hmm.
That has not been happening here, though.
It's been using them as frontline combat troops. Bomb and run down south on the Mopo wagon, and run up north on the infantry.
Is it? Okay, yeah, okay. That's a shame, too, because that guy just got in here, too.
Mm-hmm.
And a third plane coming on in, flying Combat Air Patrol, and the ME-109s I don't think are really too keen on getting stuck in.
Yeah, that's really good, Joe. The planes drop the bombs now, because the Panther's about to reach front line, so that's going to give Gonzo a nice window of opportunity of being able to do stuff without being bombed to smithereens. And he's engaging the M10, first shot, wrapping jams. There we go.
It's been so many crazy crits in this so far.
Yeah, both sides have just been going absolute back and forth tankerized, especially in that early engagement area.
It has been bananas. And looks like the weapons will be unjammed in a pretty quick hurry. There's a supply truck desperately trying to get him fixed up in that motor pool.
Mm-hmm.
He's being helped out by that teeny tiny little Panther sightline gap.
Mm-hmm. Yes, isn't that what... just anti-Panther sightline gaps. I can just imagine, like, a bunch of Allied troops just setting up, like, a giant blind.
Oh, yeah.
Anti-Panther.
Oh, yeah, it was like they're talking about anti-panty. So
Anti-panty.
Not from an American GI in World War II. No, man, they were all about the panties at that point.
Oh, M10's gonna get first shot, yo.
Shooter wounded.
Oh.
Yep, shooter wounded.
Yeah, you're definitely right about all these goddamn crits. Corbeau knows he has an opportunity. The shooter's gonna be able to get back on the line just in the nick of time. Mobile Wagon's gonna give some suppressive fire.
And you know what? Even giving up his life for that.
Damn.
ME-109's gonna sacrifice himself for the cause. He's gonna chase him away, and the Panther is gonna barely see. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful little sight line there. Ooh. And it's back into the orchard very, very soon. One more shot, maybe. That is a tight line.
Damn, it shouldn't even be legal.
I'm not sure. It's not legal in the north here. It might be legal down in Texas, though. What I can tell you, the CGMCs are doing a great job chasing away those ME-109s. Leaving basically that ME-109 the ground attack version, a little rinky-dink wannabe fighter.
Yeah. He can go away.
The turn rotation on that CGMC is absolutely nuts. 1 second he's firing down to the Southern Infantry fight, and the next he's like, oh wait, airplane! Another Thunderbolt run, and
busy man.
Yeah, he's a very busy man. He hasn't got all day. And there goes the front German line.
Yeah. But this is still going really well for Gonzo. He has 13 minutes left. He's got a pretty big point lead. And he still has North under his control. And of course that Panther, which is going to be a rather pain in the ass. As well as 2 Panzer IVs being brought in.
Yes, sir. And more infantry to the north as well. I think more pioneers being brought in to kind of stave off a lot more of this. Another Panzer Schreck's shot does take out another CGMC. So he's probably going to go down. But he's paid for his life.
Yeah,
dearly.
That was definitely a really good investment. Probably, I don't know, I'd say MVP of the match so far, as these men, just kill a lot of crap.
I was just still say the 57mm, and maybe one of those Thunderbolts.
Oh
I don't know.
57 mil. That was definitely okay. I definitely agree with the 57.
It's like one shot, kill, one shot, kill, one shot, kill.
Absolute Terminator.
Now, one thing's also surprising to me too is that we see another CGMC being brought onto the north, and I can only imagine why is it that we've seen more AA from the Americans than the Germans.
Yeah, I think if German AA just keeps getting blown up. It is rather interesting though he's getting this many GMCs, because Gonzo has only been buying fighters.
Yes.
I'm guessing at the same time he's using them as fire support, because Gonzo's really just using a lot of infantry up north. So why not just have an infantry support vehicle also acts as an AA piece?
Well, I'll tell you what's not a good idea. You have a P4, a Befehl P4 coming up to the north.
Mm-hmm.
So that's leadership right there. That's a huge amount of armor, and as long as you can keep away people at the airborne rifle from him, he's going to be carving a bloody swath through the meme machine.
Mm-hmm. For sure. The down south, Corbeau, I think, can actually make a bit of a breakthrough. I know we got a Panzer IV coming in down south. But it was a bit of a window of opportunities. You could just rush that GMC up and just nab quite a bit of land. As Gonzo really has nothing down south at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
All P-47 coming in, gonna be dropping in the big booms on the Panther.
Nope, mortar half track.
Oh, mortar half track, okay.
This one's on the Panther.
Yep.
And takes it out. What the deuce? He pays for it, but you know what? He's gonna go to his grave a happy man.
Yeah, those Thunderbolts are insane. Like, damn. I'm really shocked and stunned by that strategy of just turning that run bomb off. But it definitely seems like they've been coming out much more often than usual.
And much more accurate for that matter, too. I mean,
yeah.
CGMC to the north goes down, but who cares when you have all the freaking tank planes? Good gosh.
Damn.
And this is without rockets. This is no rocket attack. This is nothing. This is just raw HE domination.
Yeah, just big bada booms. You're up north, Gonzo, he's just going to make a breakthrough. He's got light vehicles. There's no AT to stop him. And, yeah, he can just fast move through the enemy spawn. And that would be a pretty bloody deadly.
Yep. Which means that you'll see a lot more planes to the north, which is just fine, because it means there's no penetration to the south then.
Yeah. That's definitely going to divert Corbeau's attention for now down south.
Mm-hmm.
From south up north, because he's already getting infantry up.
We can almost be threatening a +3 here. I imagine, actually, if we take out both of these glider rifles, we could see a +3.
Yeah, and I think he's going to do that. He's got the 2-5 run heading down south to try to nab
just shy.
surrenders.
Just shy, because they're on the other side of the tree line, so they'll be fine.
Yeah.
LOS will keep them alive. 2 more squads moving on in. You can bet your sweet bippy there will be some anti-tank in those. Question is, will they get there in time? Because a P4 is moving right up the road as well, and that's just going to crush anything that's coming down.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, he decides to back away the other direction. There we go. Airborne rifles kick it on off, though. These brave guys standing in the middle of the road saying, "You shall not pass." And the P4 says, "Dude, I'm 50 tons. I got a whole lot of junk in the trunk. You don't want to be standing in front of me." Pushing to engage instead. That next truck. Okay, and they make it out alive. Phew, lucky for them.
Oh, here comes the bomb and run, and...
Hey, at least it didn't kill him.
Yeah, it's going to be one more bomb and run. That Panzer IV will be kaput, but it's going to at least give the AB rifle some time to fall back. But this is no going around for Corbeau now. I mean, his C phase...
He's crumbled.
Yeah, he's really crumbled. I mean, I want to say he has a worse C phase, but Rintown C phase is nothing really to write home about either. It's just Gonzo has managed to just get good territory control up north. And really good territory control.
And not for nothing, you see some more infantry being brought down to the south into those broken bunkers.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, whether or not you tend to believe it, those are surprisingly good defensive fortifications. Green cover. It's wide open in front of them. It's a beautiful field of fire.
Yeah, and you can just, like, sneak a bunch of, like, Panzer Shrek guys in there and wait for them to get close and kaput.
Yep. Do what we did 250 years ago. Wait till you see the whites of their eyes, and then you fire. Which is impressive. That's pretty damn close for a tank.
It's very damn close. Too bad there's no, like, more bunker positions to really take advantage of in Steel Division. Because there's not many maps that really have, like, these bunkers that you can use. It's always forests and towns. Because these are really cool bunkers if you zoom in.
Yes, they are. And, like, you know what? I keep hoping that we see more of that in Steel Division 2 out sometime in 2019, as far as I understand.
Like March or something.
And we're going to see P4 up to the north, bouncing with that Stuart. Traction wheels destroyed. That's always so embarrassing for P4.
Yeah.
As a Stuart... Oh, jeez. He scampers in, he scampers out. He scampers in, he scampers out. He's not even getting a shot off.
Stabilizers.
No. I'm saying the Stuart's ducking in and ducking out so fast. That's...
Stabilizers.
Oh, so that's the touch you were... Okay.
Yeah.
The unseeing idea.
That's where he can get the first shot off every time he moves forward, because stabilizers, man. Oh, as I say, stabilizers and Stuarts and Shermans, it's such a powerful advantage. It makes them very, very scary units to fight against. But Gonzo, he has map control still. He's slowly getting a plus run. And 7 minutes, I doubt Corbeau can get, that much territory. Especially 101st, as they're a bit slow on the whole territory grabbing aspect.
Yep, they're not particularly good at that, are they?
Yeah, have for themselves.
These stewards, yes, that's true. Shooter knocked out to the north of the last buffet of the Panzer. And another one being brought on, and some more infantry as well. Panther to the south, you're absolutely right, and there's no AT down there either. But like you said, he's focused so hardcore to the north, he's got nothing that can stop this.
Yep. I don't think Gonzo's gonna be quickly taking ground down south, as his Panther days are really gonna be the guys taking ground, and they're a bit slow. But still, he's just applying pressure all over, and Gonzo's just doing really bloody well.
Yes, sir.
Corbeau's starting to amass a bit of a force, and he's trying to make breakthroughs up north and down south. I doubt he's going to get too far.
That may be, but more planes up in the air. P-51 Mustang going up against 2 GOs. I don't think he's going to make it. And with another ME-109 in there, oh my gosh, there's just planes all over the place. P4 gets stopped. It's going to be a surrender here, I imagine. This GMC starts moving troops in super fast. Yep, there we go. And yeah, the Panther gets his own. Excuse me, the Panther gets his own bit of revenge. Another bomber goes down.
Oh, damn. Good kill. Very good kill from Gonzo. And this Mustang, he's not long for his road. Yeah,
fighting a 3-1 is not a particularly healthy way.
Nope.
Last 109 comes in for a deflection. And actually, he was almost out of cannon ammunition. Once that goes, the machine guns are practically worthless. But he takes him out. So there's the +1 over here for Corbeau. Unless there's a +3, it's nothing's gonna happen here.
Yeah, this is pretty much buggered for Gonzo, I'd say. I mean, for Corbeau, goddammit. I'm not tired. I'm here.
Oh, a nice little thing for our viewers to know is that our good old friend Rangroo here was playing as a rescue all weekend. And the Iron Curtain fell hard on the people of NATO.
Yes, they did.
But a story for another time, perhaps.
But damn,
But yes, more bunkers.
More bunkers.
And actually, and you know what? They really should be having more of them on the Omaha map.
I know!
I think it always bothers me there's nothing on there.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's just like the empty beach part. There's no, like, bunkers on... Yeah, it's really weird. I'm guessing the Omaha map is on another area of Omaha where it's less bunkery that they modeled it on.
not dog green, basically?
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame, actually, now that I really think about it. But, yeah.
Or Point to Hawk, which should have bunkers all over the place as well. But we haven't seen Point to Hawk in quite a bit of time, have we?
No, we have not.
Do you think it's fairly safe to say at like 39.15 we go to +2?
Sure.
I was going to say right now, I'm not for nothing, but I dare say that the rest of this game will be more of the same, unless we have a complete and utter collapse and ×2.
Oh no.
A complete and utter collapse of Gonzo.
Maybe Corbeau's doing a Stuart thing. It's going to be way too late to really make anything happen, but this Stuart thing's rather entertaining to watch.
Yes, it is, but we still have the pack track in the middle of the... Ooh, never mind, he's backing up. P3. P3's going to charge for some god-awful reason. And going to die, equally confusingly. Martyr 3 moving in, Panther from the south. As good as this is, a +2 and all that, again, +3 is what's needed here, and Shreks galore coming on out.
Like, really a +4. No.
There we go. Two Stewards dead, and it's still a +2, but I guarantee you it's not going to be for long.
Not for long. And Martyr 3's coming in. That Stuart is... Stuart's probably going to get first shot on the Martyr 3, but unless it gets strafed a bit.
Well, even if he does, who cares? You can just continue to throw troops at this constantly. There's only about a minute left, so that'll be more than enough, I would say. There we go. Crew hit.
There we go.
and watching all of these planes just circle in the air, kind of ineffectually firing at each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's one. So for the
Absolute
scores,
verbal.
2 to nothing. Despite
really
the fact that the Germans have a couple of
Yeah.
they're smoking all over the place.
And Gonzo hasn't really lost any planes. I really got to commend him for his air power game.
I think he lost maybe 109. I'm not sure.
But that's like really good considering he ran against 101st and they have all those bloody Mustangs.
Yes, sir.
Damn, look at the KDs. A lot of kills between both sides.
Surprised that both sides had that many points to lose.
Yeah. And it's Gonzo got the slight point advantage. Looking at kills, yeah, AT gun definitely worth its weight in gold.
But wait, let's start counting air kills. 3, 6, 9, 10. Yeah, the Panther got taken out by the Thunderbolt. 11. We had 11 air kills. 11.
That's pretty good, and especially knocking out Panther. Yeah, that's really good. And damn, looking at Stuart.
Yeah.
Mr. Jiang.
Yeah.
Like, Bo Jiang, jeez. Like, what you doing?
What you been eating, baby?
Like, damn, that's a lot of kills. And losses real fast.
Surprisingly, there's a couple of small standouts. The Panther has 5, he's bagged 5, and ME-109's got 4 kills. He's almost an instant ace on this map.
I know, that's really good.
6 air kills, 8 air kills.
Damn.
Jeez.
That's
rough.
impressive.
That's rough. That's a about a half of the losses for the air. Excuse me, for the 101st, maybe a third.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, a third to a half is actually not unreasonable considering that's all the really expensive units for 101st is all the airplanes.
You're not unreasonable, but still just insane.
Yeah, it's insane. That is like it's really good for Gonzo man to secure the air game with the little fighters that he has.
Well, the little 109's that good.
Yep. But yeah, it's a really good game from both sides. They played really well, a lot of pressure, and I mean Corbeau, when it comes to airborne divisions, I think he's more comfortable third without Jaeger.
Heck, even 91st.
Yeah.
But no L6s today.
No sixes.
So what do we got going on later this week, Rang?
I think we got player fighting Harry Spider for the next one.
All right, so folks, rub all those 8 legs together because it's going to be a real match, I'm sure. For right now, though, we're going to be calling it quits. Well, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.